Hi, my name is Morgan Keith, and this is my reflection on the LCP project that we did. So, what specific tasks did I complete in the project? So we had 5 slides with major content on them. So we split them up evenly between everyone in our group, which was perfect. Like, we each had our own slide to do that was like ours, and then I also completed the commercial that we were submitting. Which part did I feel most responsible for? I obviously felt responsible for the slide that I was on, which was the end slide, the action slide. But I feel like I was more responsible for the commercial because the slide was the last slide, so I was also like using everyone else's ideas because I was wrapping up everyone's thoughts. What is one thing you would do differently if you were to complete this project again? Maybe get in touch with my group early on. I feel like we didn't get in touch late. We submitted everything on time. Like, there was no really rush on time, but I think maybe getting together earlier, just figuring out everything earlier would have been maybe nicer, just to feel more relaxed when the project's coming to an end. What worked well in your group's communication? I feel like our group was very good at texting. We were very communicative, we just talked a lot on text, so that was very helpful. And then I also think we were very supportive and like helpful. If anyone else needed help, everyone was offering to help, which was very nice. And then what was one challenge your group faced? I feel like one challenge we faced was having a time where we could all meet and do this presentation. We really struggled because obviously coming to an end of the school year, everyone's really busy. I myself am in a sorority, so I had sorority things that weekend. Other people had classes. I had classes. That was just one of our big struggles. So we ended up just all filming it at home and then editing it all together, which worked perfectly, which was super nice. And then, what did you learn about your local community issue? I feel like I did somewhat know a little bit about this topic because coming into this college, being far away from home, I kind of knew that like I was going to struggle with my mental health here first semester, and like I have my roommate who also is far away, and to see that she struggled, I knew that like a lot of people do struggle with mental health when coming to college, but I didn't really realize to what extent and like how many people really do struggle and how there's such a stigma around it, which was something that I learned. And then how did Monroe's motivated sequence shape your choices? I feel like it definitely just shaped our whole project by like being able to organize it to like the attention, the need, the sacrifice, visualization, the action, like everything. Like, we completely organized our project like that. And then which skills in CIS 111 do you think are most important to this project? I think collaboration. I think coming into this, being in high school and doing a collaborative project to being in college is a completely different thing. Especially being in an online class where you're not talking to these people in person, you've never met them before, it's really hard. But I think doing this and learning how to collaborate with people online was super helpful. And I think like that's a good skill to, again, the last question here is, what do you see one skill that you've learned from this class and using in the future? And I 100% think this collaborative skill, I think that's such an important skill that you should have when going into like a real job. Like, you need to know how to communicate with people in and outside of work. So I think that was super important to learn, and thank you so much.